Well, welcome back to Base Camp, WNC.
I just had a question commented to me on my YouTube post right there from Derek, wanting to know how to get the water into these cistern tanks.
So that's what this quick video is going to be about.
And I shot it for him because I really don't know if I've ever showed it in a true video and just how to do it all. So Derek, this is to answer your question and show you what we've done.
Well, this is going to be a real short video probably, unless I get to running my mouth.
This is for Derek.
Got posted a question wanting to know
About how to get the water into the cisterns to fill them, but he said specifically on it. So I'm back down here,
and I think this is the video he watched when I put this second cistern in here at the place. So what I have, of course, right here in this line, because it comes from the upper spring house, and I've just got it suspended up off the thing to keep it level, keep it running. As you can see, I've got some cross fence posts right here,
but it comes down in this line right here. It runs into a T.
Same thing as like everything else. We use something like this.
We just drill a 1.25 inch hole in the tank, screw this in the side, and this is where this one is just sitting here, and the water either fills in or runs down, because I have 2 tanks in line. And then when I come down here, let me get the other one out of my pocket, it just turns and goes in the tank. And this is as up on the top end of the tank as I can get. And what I've done, if it's not quite tight enough, these things right here, if I can do this thing here one-handed, but this is a 1-inch conduit nut. It will screw right down on the fitting. You can screw this fitting right into the 1.25 inch hole and then reach inside and put the nut on from the inside if you want to squeeze it even tighter. But we like to keep it as high on the tank as we can. And as just a side note, we hooked these 2 together, and this was the outflow of this tank, which goes into this one. And of course now, so down the other side we had the 2 1-inch lines coming in at the very top of the tank. As you can see, we came down about 3 inches. This was a 1-inch line coming out, but it wouldn't handle all the flow. So this is now an 1.5 inch line coming in. It's the overflow. And as you can tell, it's almost, well, this weekend will be the beginning of summer, and we're still averaging almost 20 gallons a minute coming out of the spring. So let me take you on the inside. I don't know if I've ever showed that, and show you the pump setup while I'm here. Okay, this of course is just one of those simple $150 1 horsepower pumps from Harbor Freight. And it's a pump, comes in the tank, pressure switch, everything's all in one piece. And I used to run a whole bunch of the ones with the blue tank. Those pressure switch didn't last. The new ones they now carry have a lot better pressure switch in it. I used to just replace the pressure switch when I first bought them. But I came down here, the suction line, of course, here runs down. I got this cap, and then on the other side of the cap, it just runs right in and through the 2-inch fitting on the cap on the top of the tank. And we got enough PVC and stuff on it inside so no bugs and critters can get in there. And that is the suction line. The discharge line comes out, and this right here, I just put a valve so we can fill a tank with a garden hose down here if we want. And of course, this is just the pressure line going out up to the house. Okay, Derek, this one's for you. This is, of course, what's left to a tote. That was what I made the generator shed out of. That's why it's cut down. But like I said, right here's the curved part of the tank, wherever you're going to deal with it. And you're going to use a 1 1/4 inch hole saw to drill this hole. Now, it's why I like using a hole saw, because it makes a nice clean hole. You'll take this thing right here and it'll screw right in. And that's it. And then for the outflow, whatever distance this is, you just want to be another inch lower, a 1/2 inch lower, on the other side of the tank or wherever you want the water to drain out. Whether this is a straight in, a 90, however you want, that's all you got to have. Well, here's the next solution. Let's just say you used a paddle bit and the hole got wallowed out on you, run around or something, and it wasn't quite sealing up enough for you. What you have here now is, if you have a fitting, put a wire nut on it, and then go ahead and stick this O-ring. Now this O-ring is a 1 inch inside diameter, 1 1/4 inch outside diameter. And you would put it on, same thing. And if you look at it, the O-ring would seal it. And then if you wanted to, you could go through the top hole and put this in from the inside if you really needed to pull it up tight for some unknown reason. I don't quite know why you would want to need all that. But then it would look like something like that. And you could really pull down on it and get it tight. While I got it here, let's look at the valve. Okay, I've got this thing stood up on end. And let's just say you're trying to get water out. Normally, the valves are a 2 inch national pipe thread. This one is not, because it's from Europe. But you could screw a 2 inch female adapter. This has got threads on this end, slip fitting on this end. You would screw it down on the valve. This right here is a 2 inch glue slip, 1 inch threads. That would go in there and get glued. And then you would have your fitting on here. And that's how the water would come out of the bottom of the tank and go to the house. Okay, some of them have a European thread on it. Some of them have a very coarse food grade thread. And yes, you can buy adapters and everything, but both of them are about 2 inches. And what they have at Ace Hardware and the big box stores is a rubber coupling about 2.5 inches long. And you would want the 2 to 2. And it's got like 2 hose clamps on it. And what that is really for is for hooking PVC pipe to old cast iron. So what you would do is slide that rubber bushing down over here, tighten that band up right around the threads, slide this bushing in the other one and tighten it up. I wish I had one here to show you, but I don't have one here right now when I need it. But they do make that black rubber bushing just for that particular thing. Well, here it is. I hope this answers your questions. I can't promise I give everybody their own personal video on how to do it, but all you need is an 1 1/4 inch hole saw. Makes the best holes in here. But like I say, if you have any questions or anything else you need to get over a problem, this is all it takes. Hit me on the YouTube or send me an email and let me know what your question is. Be more than glad to help you. I just happen to have a whole lot of this stuff sitting around. I am getting loaded up to go to Life Skills, which is a 3-day classes I'm teaching on in Waynesville, North Carolina on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And hope to see some of my people there. And I'll catch you on the next video. And as always, like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. We all the way up to 2,300 people, I believe. We just setting the world on fire. Thank you for watching.